Hello everybody, it is me again, Jessie, a long time no see. Sorry for the lack of videos that I have been producing lately. Things got a little busy here at work. And actually today, I'm a little bit sick, but, being sick, I thought that would be a really good opportunity to tell you guys what the protocol is if you're sick at a private school in China and sort of like what healthcare expectations are. So for me, when I get sick at work, because again, I work at a private school, when I get sick at work, I call into my branch manager, which is my academic coordinator, or if he's not there, I call into my regional manager. She'll say, all right, well, I hope you get to feeling better. Then our admin, who is the person who takes care of visa stuff and is generally sort of the liaison between official services like PSB, which is a passport service, visa service, anything else that foreigners kind of need help with. She sort of helps us out with. Our admin will take us to the doctor, so you don't need to speak Chinese. I speak Chinese, so I can take myself to the doctor, so I typically take myself to the doctor. But we have an admin that will take us to the doctor, and the doctor will check you out, typically give you antibiotics, which are pretty popular to be prescribed here, and some Chinese medicine and maybe some Western medicine. Here in Fuzhou, actually, this is something I don't know that your admin can help you with, but what you might not need help is there is an international clinic, not too far away from here. So it's an international clinic with Western medicine. So if you have anxiety or you need antidepressants or you need to get a checkup done and you want it to be Western medicine with Western technology, you can go there, and they'll all speak English, so that's a good option for those of you who are not looking for Chinese remedies, so to speak. But don't discount Chinese remedies, because 999 is a cold and flu remedy that has definitely helped me with this bronchitis that I'm sick with. Anyway, so you'll go to the clinic, or if you're really sick, typically, like if you have a really bad stomach ache, you'll go to the hospital. You don't really go to like your general practitioner or like your usual doctor, your family doctor. You go to the hospital. Costs would usually be, so if you're going to the clinic, it's pretty cheap, like really cheap, and you don't use your insurance. So we have insurance, which covers, at private schools at least, I can't speak for other schools, but for my school, we have insurance that covers inpatient treatment. So if you have to go to the hospital and stay in the hospital, your insurance will cover that, and typically that insurance is paid retroactively, so you'll pay up front and then they'll submit it to the insurance for reimbursement, and then the insurance company will reimburse you. So it doesn't cover outpatient for us. You can pay for additional coverage through our insurance company that we have, but you do have insurance. It's just not quite the same as in the West when you would have to do a copay. I don't ever do copays here, so essentially go to the clinic, they tell you what they want you to do, they give you medicine, you pay for the visit. The visit typically ends up being under 100 kuai, which is about $12, which is pretty cheap. If you go to the hospital, it's a little more expensive depending on what you're gonna get done. I got hit by a bus, I'm okay, and I had to go to the hospital to get like an MRI done to make sure I didn't hurt myself. I cracked a rib, which is fine. Well, not fine, but it could have been worse. To get a CAT scan of my head and of my body, which was terribly disgusting tasting. That was all together about 2,000 kuai, so about $200, but still, that's without insurance and really cheap compared to the West. So healthcare is good. I will say that it is very clean, but it might not appear as clean as what you're used to. So in the West, we're used to like the pristine doctors. Here it's a little different. It's not gross. You're not going to get sick. You're not going to get an infection. It just might not be what you're used to. So sort of prepare yourself for what you might end up seeing when you come over here. For example, seeing like a room that is clean, but you might be in a room full of people with no curtains, so like very little privacy. And as, at least in my case, a blonde-haired, green-eyed foreigner, I tend to draw quite a lot of attention. So that's another thing to consider. Anyway, I guess what you also might be wondering is about Chinese medicine, which I can't speak too much about because I'm not Chinese, and to be honest, I don't really understand it. But a lot of times when you go to the doctor, they are going to talk to you about whether your qi is hot or cold. So if you're hot, you don't need to eat hot foods, and I think hot foods are like junk food. Meat, mango is a hot food. If your qi is too cold, you should eat hot food. If your qi is too hot, you should eat cold food, which is like vegetables, which is something that is totally different from Western medicine that I can't really explain very well, to be completely honest. But healthcare is totally different. It's not bad. People will try to dissuade you from coming to China by telling you you can't like go to the dentist, or like you can't get a checkup done, but that's just simply untrue. The flu vaccination is something you can get here. Also, if you're coming to China, your flu vaccination will probably not work, and you probably need to get another flu vaccination. So just keep that in mind, because different strains of flu will be in different countries. So yeah, you can get the flu vaccination for really cheap. You can go get your teeth cleaned. Insurance is done totally differently, and if you're working for a private school, you can do it with the assistance of your admin. So if you're like me, you can speak some Chinese and get your way through it and not have to, I see you, and not have to worry too much about whether or not you can actually get your medicine and tell them what your symptoms are. With too much difficulty, you can do that on your own, but if you can't, you can always take a Chinese friend, or if you work for my school, you can take your admin with you and they'll help you out, because that is part of how you do it. Oh, hello, taxi. So loud. Oh, crossing the street. And then the last thing to consider, this is a big benefit and a big change as an American, is that sick leave is paid, which is great. So if I take a day off sick, or I get hit by a bus or something and I can't go to work, that leave is paid so long as my admin goes and gets me medicine, or I go to the doctor. That is considered an excuse from work, and we have plenty of sick days. So yeah, nothing to worry about here. You got doctors. You can go to a Western medicine clinic to get your checkups, to get your Prozac or whatever you need to get. I haven't actually gone. I'm not on any antidepressants, so I don't know. I'm probably going to go to the Western clinic to get my thyroid checked. You can get thyroid medicine here too. Everything is pretty easy and it's really cheap. So don't worry about being uninsured and having healthcare costs rack up, because it's not that expensive to go to the doctor here. Don't worry about your Chinese being a barrier. You'll figure it out. You'll be okay. Your health will be taken care of. So anyway, I hope this video was helpful for you guys. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments below, and please make sure to check out the rest of Teach English in China's videos. You know the drill. Like, comment, and subscribe, and until next time, I will see you guys soon. Later.